we just got our first look at the Lion King themed area coming to the Disney Adventure World in Disneyland Paris. And Vash, it looks a little familiar. A brand new structure that mirrors an older structure, but doesn't mirror the IP that was already put into that older structure. If that doesn't make sense to you yet, it will in a second. Let's talk about it today on That Park Place. So this is from Drew Smith, Drew Disney Dude. Yeah, we got Josh here. And Disney shared a new look at the Lion King themed area coming to Disney Adventure World at Disneyland Paris. Guests will experience Simba's journey through a retelling of the original film, featuring cutting edge effects, next gen audio animatronics, and more. So let's have a look at what that looks like.
And there's so much
right away, Vash. The exterior of this attraction looks strikingly familiar, doesn't it?
It looks very familiar, Marvin. And I will say, at least it doesn't look like a lump of broccoli or whatever.
Yeah.
At least it has a little bit more shape and definition. But I think you know where we're coming from here.
Yeah, probably.
more still in the works at Disney Adventure World.
That's right, everybody. We're creating a major new Lion King attraction for Disney Adventure World. It'll feel like you stepped right into that movie.
This new area will be beautifully situated on the Grand Lake. We're sourcing also a lot of plants.
So Disney Adventure World, they're still rolling things out for it then, right?
Yes, yeah. So this is Act 3. Famously, you know, they had 3 parcels of land and they had 3 lands that they were constructing. Okay. The first one was Adventures Campus, second one was Frozen, and third one was Star Wars. And they were going to do Rise of Resistance. They did not.
Oh, and they backed out of it, huh?
They backed out of it, right, very famously. And so this is what takes its place. All right, not doing Galaxy's Edge, which is very big, like, defining moment for the franchise. It was like, whoa, okay. Star Wars was the biggest thing. They have a Star Wars overlay for Space Mountain that's been there for years. Yeah. You would think that this would be embraced. Not so much. At least that's... You would think, yeah. So when we're going over this, I just want to remind people that Rise of the Resistance was going to be in this spot. Is this, you know, an upgrade, downgrade? You be the judge.
All right, let's have a look.
And tree material, we have to create the African savanna in Paris.
And the way to do it is we find local types of trees that will grow in Paris. And over the next, several months and years, we're going to be training them and pruning them and clipping them so they have that iconic shape.
With the latest in technology, projection effect.
I'm sorry, which African savanna trees are going to be able to... What is this going to look like when it snows?
That's why, right? So there's a particular African savanna tree that they wanted to actually bring over to Animal Kingdom back in 1990s, and what they found was that they couldn't actually grow them. They just didn't take to the Florida climate. So they actually took oak trees and sculpted them to look like those savanna trees that are very, very famous. But they did that back in the 90s. The fact that they're bringing this up here is if it's some big revelation. It really isn't, guys. It's been done before.
But, are they going to run this ride in the middle of the winter when there's snow on the ground? Are they going to have people going on a ride where they're going to get splashed outside? People are going to get hypothermia.
There's no way. No, you cannot have this ride open in the winter. And that's what makes this so startling. Because there were plans back in the 1990s bringing Splash Mountain to Disneyland Paris before it had a second theme park. And basically those were scrapped, not just because of the bad financial state that Paris was in, but also, too, it's just the climate just wouldn't support it. So the fact that they're going back to this. Yeah, indeed. And it's an outdoor water ride or outdoor-indoor. And so it just didn't lend itself to this. The fact that they're doing this here with your last big plot of land, it was a little bit surprising to hear.
Yeah.
State-of-the-art audio animatronics. Everything will be combined in this attraction. It's going to be amazing.
I promise you that when you go on this ride, there will be things that you will look at and say, wow, how did they do that?
Okay. So, Vash, we need to talk about what this is going to be. What this looks like. This is Splash Mountain. And it's not like they took a Splash Mountain that already existed and turned it into the Lion King. No, they built a new Splash Mountain. And when you're building a new Splash Mountain, immediately the question becomes, well, why wouldn't you just make a Tiana's Bayou adventure?
Oh, and honestly, when you think about it, it's kind of like, well, New Orleans is called the French Quarter. You could very easily do Tiana's Bayou adventure if they wanted to.
It would have fit. It would have
Right?
fit thematically with Paris, but
They didn't, though.
he didn't do it. I wonder why.
But I wonder why that as well. And here's the thing, Marvin. It's funny because they've done a lot of the mistakes of Tiana's Bayou Adventure with this attraction.
Oh, have
which
they?
I think, yes, I think they'll showcase here if we keep playing it.
No, I played the whole clip already.
No, okay. So they have this famous scene that they've showed over and over again. It's Timon, Pumbaa, and
Yeah, they did show that.
Simba, right?
Let me find it.
And if you see, because I think it's at the front there. Yeah, okay, stop. Right there. So if you pull back the frame just a little bit. That's a lot of dead space.
It is a lot of dead space.
What does that sound like to you, Marvin?
Tiana's Bayou adventure.
Oh, there you go. And it's kind of like, wow, we're not making the same mistakes, Marvin. We're making all new ones.
No, we're
no,
not.
famous.
There's no room for new mistakes here. We just got to make the mistakes that we're familiar with. But you know, Vash, I must say, just, you know, all that dead space, it looks just.
And so what we've tried to do is really bring that shape language from the architecture. But like what we love to talk about at WDI is shape language. And we often refer to shape language.
There's such iconic shape language in Spaceship Reverie attraction. We really wanted to make sure that we fused to that throughout the space.
A lot of shape language. There's a lot of shape language going on there.
A lot of shape language. And it's really sad because if you look at a previous concept art of this scene, they've already diminished it. Previously, it was going to have like 2 butterflies or whatever. That perch that the butterflies actually sat on and the butterflies themselves have been removed. And so it's kind of like, wow, we are getting diminishments with this attraction already.
Yep.
And people have been kind of pointing out, like, you know, how the model is very, very different now than it used to be before. There used to be animals that used to be included that aren't
Disney
now.
attraction looking completely different from its concept art? That's crazy to me.
That's wild, right?
Remember what the Tiana's Bayou adventure concept art looked like? Like the boat, the tree, like
you said, the the issues that we're familiar with, right? So,
well, I mean, like, and then I'm thinking about it in the winter, and I'm like, what are you gonna do, like, with the splashing and the water? Because
why, you can't open a Splash Mountain when that mountain ain't got no water. No water. No water. No water.
Perfect use of that clip right there. No, that's the thing, right? So this is gonna have to be down at least 6 months of the year, I would say. Because
6?
just
you think that much? Okay.
Well, I mean,
I thought at
like
least
you said,
3,
does-
like December, January, February. You could probably get away with opening it in March.
But who wants to go on this in March? You know, it's and I suppose it's going to be something that they have to figure out, because if in fact they don't have the attendance for something like this in March, then it might be worth it just to have it closed for that length of time as well. I think initially, I think you're right. They'll try to maximize capacity for this because demand will be high. But when that demand falls off, where does this attraction lie? I think
what we are seeing right now, Vash, is we are seeing demand for new attractions fall off pretty quickly.
Fast.
Like we have seen like Bluey now is just standby line after that, like, you know, broke Disney when it first opened up. I'm looking right now to see what like Big Thunder is doing right now. Big Thunder's a 35-minute wait right now, the brand new Big Thunder.
Right.
Tiana's is Tiana's is a 40-minute wait. Big Thunder's back to pre-closing levels. Then you have, if I switch over to Hollywood Studios, let's see how it's going over there, because over at Hollywood Studios you've got the brand new Mandalorian and Grogu is 65 minutes right now. So that's basically like the same as Smugglers
it always
Run
was.
can be. I was there Memorial Day weekend and it had a 20-minute wait.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't move the needle at all. It didn't move the needle not
It's
one
within
bit. I mean,
it's within 5 minutes of Rise of the Resistance.
I looked at the real data connected to Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. I just didn't move at all. I mean, and that was a multi-million-dollar update and nothing there. 18 months Big Thunder was down, and yet the crowds have already leveled off on that. I remember when Disneyland had its 15th month refurbishment, and I believe that was a little over 10 years ago now, and that did hold for quite a period of time. Tron didn't move the needle, famously enough. So it's one of those things where people are falling off if, in fact, you don't give them a stellar attraction. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy is the only exception.
I got one for you right now, Vash.
Please.
Zootopia Better Zootopia has been open for what, 3-4 months now? 10 minutes. 10 minutes currently.
So that's the thing, right? Like, if this doesn't get the demand, especially with those weather-related issues, what is this going to look like here? And we keep getting this talk of plants and trees and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, why aren't you actually talking about the meet and greets? Why aren't you actually talking about the structures that you're going to build alongside this big, huge monstrosity? I just don't think they're leveraging the land properly. I think this is certainly Tiana in the worst way possible, and it's really sad because I think this franchise, we've been waiting for Lion King ride since the early 1990s. We're finally getting it, and yet it's an attraction that I don't really sense all that much enthusiasm from. The more people look into it,
Soarin' Across America, 35 minutes right now. Just these things are falling off quickly, man.
Muppets too, I think, as well.
A lot of these haven't been open a month. Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't even think to look at Rock and Roller Coaster.
Right.
My brain is just like still not accepting it.
Well,
Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets right now is 60 minutes. Brand new attraction.
In a park that
has been open for 2 weeks.
In a park that needs all the capacity it can get, all the e-tickets it can get, and yet even in that park, you were having a 60-minute wait for an attraction that, well, really demanded that previously. I mean, hopefully this is more substantial than Tiana, but I will say the fact that these Imagineers working on this have mentioned projections before audio animatronics when talking about this maybe tells you what we're actually going to get.
Well, you know what, Vash? This attraction could be great. It could be the second coming of Splash Mountain. It could be the second coming of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Or it could be, as Go and Shogi has labeled it, Hakuna Matata.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.